Hi, this is Vivian Watts. I'm here to share with you a card I made using Diamond Press new kit, Here Comes the Bride. This kit contains different stems and coordinating dies. However, I'm going to be doing very little die cutting, but a lot of painting, using a stem in this kit that does not have a coordinating die. However, I don't need it because I'm going to be just stamping and painting. I am also using the new mixed media base from Diamond Press because it's going to be able to accept different colorings. For instance, I'm going to start with the Copic markers and basically painting this image. Later, I'm going to use watercolor for the background. Okay, now this painting is going to take a while, so I'm speeding up the video and I will be doing very minimum talking so you can enjoy the process. I am using 3 different tones for her skin color. And I am not an expert in coloring, either with Copic markers or watercolors. I simply just enjoy doing that, and I find it very soothing when I'm coloring. And you may have a different way of coloring, so definitely do whatever you enjoy doing. So here I am giving her a little bit cheek color, and the next thing we're going to do is coloring her hair. Normally, I would like to use 3 different shades of the same tone to give my coloring a little more depth. And this is what I'm doing right now. Okay, now we're working on her wedding dress and her veil. So even if this is white, we're going to give it some shadow, so I'm using a gray color, actually 2 or 3 different tones of gray to give it a little more depth. Now for her bouquet, I'm using a kind of a purpley blue color and a violet color. So as mostly a cooler tone of colors. Now that the flowers are done, I'm just adding the colors for the leaves. Okay, we're done with the bride. So now we're going to work on the background. So I decided I'm going to do an arch and covered with flowers and leaves. So right now with a pencil, I'm just gonna draw what I will be coloring later. So this is very general, adding vines and flowers, so I know to leave this area out when I'm coloring the background. I am using Diamond Press watercolor kit. I love this kit. It has a lot of beautiful colors. I'm also using the brush by Diamond Press. And for the whole entire project, I'm only using one brush. So the first thing I did was actually watering a section of my card. So I was careful to color the areas outside of the bride and the area that we have prepared for the arch. And then I'm just going to dab my brush in the color and just go ahead and dab it in the wet areas and let the water do the work. I'm also using 3 different colors of green to give it some variation. So now I'm working on the second section. Still, the first thing I do is water outside of my main subject. So I want to make sure this area, the paper is wet. So later when I dab my brush in the color and dab it onto the card, the color will just spread. I'm using a very light touch because the effect I'm trying to achieve is like if this is a camera taking a picture, then the focus is on the bride and all the background is kind of blurry. I'm envisioning some green areas, and this is an outdoor wedding, and then blue skies. Okay, now we move on to our blue sky. I'm using different colors of blue. Right now I'm just testing the color on the palette. Later I'm going to use the same technique. I'm going to wet my paper. In the area I'm going to apply the blues. All right, so now I'm coming in with a very wet brush and just wet the paper in the areas around my main subject. And now I'm coming in with different colors of blue. Because the paper is very wet, all you need to do is to dab, your color in the wet area, and it will just spread out, and that is the charming part about watercoloring. I want to say the last time I took a watercoloring class was probably in middle school during one of the art classes. I don't think I've done a whole lot of watercoloring after that, but it's a fairly simple technique if you're not trying to become an expert. For the background, I think this really serves the purpose. Okay, instead of waiting for it to dry, I decided to use a paper towel to blot it because I wanted to continue moving on to the next part. I'm putting my card on the Diamond Press grip mat, hoping that because I'm making this piece of paper very wet, I'm hoping that this will help that it doesn't curl up too much. But so far so good. I think this is a very good quality cardstock. So on this particular part, I did not wet this area. I'm just going to use a wet brush and dip in color and just bring the color directly onto my paper. And when I feel the color is a little too sharp, the lines are a little too sharp, I just come in with a wet brush and spread out the color a little bit to soften it up. Again, blotting so it becomes drier, so I can move on to the next area. So I'm basically following the pencil line I did earlier. Because the pencil line was very light, I didn't even bother to erase it later. So I'm coming in with some purple color, different shades of purple, lavender, because I think the combination of purple or green are very soothing to the eye. Okay, now I'm adding the some leaves. As you can see, I'm just doing that in a very random way. Whenever I feel like I need some color to fill in the area, I just put some color there. At this point, I decided I need some contrasting color because maybe some orange and yellow because they are it will create a different result, especially next to purple. Okay, I think we're pretty much done with the coloring. So at this point, I'm bringing my heating gun to dry this because I want to maintain the vibrancy of my color. If I use a paper towel to blot it out, it will become, it will take away the color. Okay, now I'm going to work on the veil. I'm using a vellum and tracing the veil on this bride. And I want to make 2 layers, so I will be tracing 2 of this, and then I will be cutting this out once I finish tracing. Okay, I have 2 pieces, double checking. You don't have to be super precise. I just want to make sure it covers the area. It looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm just erasing the pencil mark. Okay, now I'm taking a look at my veil, deciding which one will go at the bottom, which one will go on the top, because I'm going to cut the top one a little shorter. So I'm drawing, using my pencil, drawing a wavy line, and then I'm going to trim this off. Okay, so the shorter one will be our top layer, and the longer one will be the bottom one. So now we're just going to glue this to our card. So I'm only putting glue in a arch, a little arch like that, because I want this veil to be free, like it can fly away from the bride. So I'm not gluing or attaching the whole entire thing. Also, I really don't want the glue to show because vellum is transparent. I think I put a little too much glue, so I'm trying to clean it up a little bit. Okay, I like the way it looks. It just adds a little bit interest to this card. Now I'm using a very thin marker to trace the lines on the veil. Because vellum is see-through, you can easily trace it. I'm extending the lines from the first layer of veil all the way to the bottom one. And then I'm going back in and just extend the lines a little longer through the bottom one. I didn't go all the way up, but I just want to have a continuous line that way. Okay, now I'm using a gold gel pen to make little dots because I want her dress or her wedding gown to look like it's made from a lace material. So I'm just putting really random dots to create the effect of a little bit glitter and lace. Okay, next, I have this little pearl stickers. I think I got it from a dollar store, like a Japanese dollar store. In my area, we have this store in a lot of places. So when I went to the store one day, I saw this and I picked it up, thinking I can use it on my cards. And today is a perfect occasion. The name of the store is called Daiso. I think most of the things are like $1, $1.25, something like that. Okay, so I finished attaching my pearls to her veil. We're almost done. The last thing I want to do for the face of this card is to add a sentiment. So this is a stamp, and it has a coordinating die from this kit. It says, "Congratulations." Okay, so we're just going to die cut this out. And I decided to attach it to the arch. To finish this card, I trimmed it, put a green color paper underneath, and then attached the front of the card to my card base. And now the card is complete. I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy this video. Have fun!